Hey everyone, this is Aurora 1983, and this is Blockville Feed the Beast Episode 2. And why has it been a while? I recently reached 1,000 subscribers, and I want to say thank you to all of you. I know most of you came from either Skydo's Minecraft, or iJevin, or Krusty Mustard, and I want to thank you all for giving me a chance here on YouTube. So, got a few updates for you. We reset the world because we wanted to switch to the Ultimate Pack. So, I've been busy. I've spent most of the previous 2 weeks mostly digging and mining and collecting materials. So, let me show you what I got going on so far. Oh, and that's my jetpack. You like it? Right, so this is my little setup here. This is actually a legend oak that I kind of spruced up with some autumn leaves. And here's my rubber farm. Got lots of rubber trees here. This is my bee farm here. I'm attempting to breed some trees together to get some different kinds of trees. I don't even know if I'm doing it right. Probably not. But these are inactive right now. I need to collect the bees out of them. Yeah, got lots of bees here. Let's stick those together. And that's what they look like when they're active. I'm working on getting these automated. That's what these pipes underneath here are for, but I need to figure out just how to do that. I'll figure it out later. Well, that's a little house that or a little add-on to my house. I got a cold coke oven in there. Oh, and I got that's a little penguin in there. There's one. I brought those in from the Twilight Forest as a little present for Krusty. Well, let's have a look inside my house here. Oh, and if you're wondering what these are amber blocks. Amber bricks, actually. Made of amber that you find in the ground, basically. And just make a block out of them and then make blocks out of the blocks and you get bricks. And there's my kitty. I don't have a name for him yet. Any ideas on what I should name the kitty? This is my shelf unit. These are actually really easy to make. It's mostly a display case. And this is my main power source here. Or main power storage area. It's my MSSU. But this is my coal coke oven. That's where I'm getting most of my power right now. Let's have a look underground. And here's my enchanting table. And here's all my machines. See, this is a project table. Since I use a lot of these, I got these set up. This is a squeezer. Right now, the only two things that I'm using it for are for making seed oil, which are used in a few different recipes. Right now is just using them for my apiaries. And you can also use it to squeeze honey drops that you get from the apiaries. And you can use the honey can for, I guess, a few different things. I'm not too sure. Here's a liquid transposer that I have yet to use. I've used J-caps when I was trying to make my other power source, which is going to be a lava source. Where'd you come from? Yeah, worry about you later. So I haven't used this thing too much yet. Here's a centrifuge. This is where I put the honeycombs that I get from my apiaries. This is a mossy comb. Probably give me a honey drop here. And some beeswax. You can actually make pipe waterproof out of beeswax. So you don't have to keep growing your own cactuses. So if I just take the beeswax here, put it in here, and I get pipe waterproof. I can use that to put on my waterproof pipes for when I transport water or oil or lava. And the honey drop I can put in here if I want to, and sometimes it'll give me propolis, which is used to make apiary pipes. This is actually a fairly complicated machine here. It's called a gene pool. This is where I put my excess bees. Out of my apiaries, I get a bunch of like extra drones or extra princesses that I don't need. I put it in here, and it'll basically disintegrate them. Into what's called liquid DNA, which can then be used to basically genetically modify bees for other purposes. See, this is basically the bee being disintegrated. And in turn that is pumped into here for storage. That's a carpenter. Right now I have it set up for a basic circuit board. You can change this for just about anything that carpenter makes. And this is where you put an additional supply such as oil or honey or just any can of something that the recipe requires. These are all part of the forestry mod, which includes the bees. Here's a pulverizer. This is basically a macerator for Greg Tech. Because a macerator has become so complicated now, it's probably more ideal to use the pulverizer. And plus you get extra stuff, little bonuses underneath here, such as let's say you're pulverizing iron, you might get some extra tin down here. Here's a rolling machine. This makes a lot of different things. It's kind of like a slightly different version of the crafting table, but it requires power. For the most part, people use them for rails, like these. Well, like these. Now this is a assembly table, another kind of crafting instrument. It also requires a lot of power, actually. These are for making chipsets. Right now I've got this to make this, I just don't have them powered yet because I don't need them right now. And that's just a basic electric furnace. And this is my geothermal generator setup. Right now I'm just working on figuring how to get lava from my tank downstairs into here. I believe I need a liquiduct, which I'll probably make very shortly. So let's have a look down here. Right now this is all I've got down here. JCap has been pretty helpful in helping me figure out how to use this thing. He's actually allowed me to share with his lava source. So here I believe I need to attach a liquiduct in order to get the lava out. See, yeah, that thing's completely full. So once I get that set up, I'll have a much more reliable source of power than a coal coke oven. that's basically all I've got around here. But I also have a mob grinder that I made. It's actually a artificial mob grinder because the spawner that's down here wasn't here originally. I used my portal gun here, which I got from Jevon. I traded him some materials for this. I actually had one earlier in the game. It was a potato one, but I fell in lava and it burned. That was sad. But now I got this. And this is my mob grinder here. I just used my portal gun to just plop that spawner right there, right in front of my house. So all I have to do is just stand here for a few minutes and let these things spawn, and then they fall down this hole here. And they take a bit of damage, so I don't have to hit them quite as often. Then they collect down here, and I just have to hit on them. There we go. And these minium shards, it's good to collect those because you can make minium stones out of them, which you can use to transfigure materials such as an excess of iron and turn that into gold, or you can turn it into ender pearls, and you can turn gold into diamonds actually. But this is basically where I've spent the last 2 weeks, just digging in here, collecting as much materials as I can. Because I do love to have a lot of stuff before I actually start making anything out of it. I don't want to be halfway into making something and then realize I don't have enough materials. Always got to get more stuff. You never have too much stuff, because when it comes to feed the beast you need lots and lots of materials in order to make stuff, because we're still on the hard mode, which means everything is extremely complicated. I mean, a basic power supply requires like 5 different machines just to make another power supply. So some of your best options for starting up would be coal coke or a lava tank, because I think later on I'd like to create a quarry so I can get even more stuff, and I'd also like to get into the bee breeding because I want to breed the trees together and get a lot of different kinds of trees. Because this should be obvious, since I built my house under a tree. I love trees. I wish I was a tree. No, I don't. I believe in my next episode I'd like to do a bit of exploring in the Twilight Forest. Oh, there's a creeper. Broke my torch. But other than that, I do believe one of our other members, who has been busy as of late because he's been moving, is Caveman Films. He hasn't been on the server very much lately, but I believe once he's settled into his new house, he'll be on the server a bit more, which is nice. I mean, that's part of being in a community, is enjoying the company of your fellow Blockville players. But anyway, what's been going on with me? Well, I had planned on going to PAX Prime this year, but Unfortunately, I never even got the chance to get any tickets because they went on sale while I was at work, and by the time I got home to my computer they were all gone. So I won't be going to PAX, which is rather disappointing, unless there's some other way I can get tickets, but I don't want to go looking for them on eBay because people who bought them off of the site and then immediately turned around and sold them to eBay, I don't really want to support that. But if any of you can come up with a different way that I can get tickets, even if they're more expensive, as long as they're legitimate, I still want to go to PAX. But don't trouble yourself with it if you're not sure. But that'll be it for this episode. I'll try and come out with videos more often now. And I'll keep you guys updated on what's been going on. So see ya for now.